I'm going to take you back to 1996. We're in Nagpur, an orange-growing city in central India. Now, I'd never been to the subcontinent before, but in the space of just a couple of days, I discovered many of the places were just like scuffing your foot over an ant's nest. It was just so vibrant and full of life and activity. Poignantly, on a trip to Calcutta, which is now Kolkata, a local had said to me, "Mr. James, we are poor of pocket but rich in heart." And that really, well, it struck a chord with me. I was over there as a television reporter covering the Australian cricket team's campaign during the World Cup. The Aussies actually ended up doing quite well, finishing runner-up to Sri Lanka in the final played in Lahore, Pakistan. But that's not the story I want to tell you today. What I want to tell you is about, during the preliminary rounds, a colleague and I were walking back to our hotel room after a training session. And as we neared our hotel, on the opposite side of the road, there was a dusty expanse of field. They call them Maidans in India. And there were 6 boys playing cricket. And my colleague and I sort of said to each other, yeah, let's go and have a game. So we did. And within 5 or so minutes, there would have been, I don't know, 100, 150 people who'd come to either watch these 2 Australians play or play with us. Boys, girls, men, women, goats, the works. We played until sunset. Then we shook some hands and even signed some autographs, and then we went on our way. The following day, Australia played Zimbabwe, won easily. And as my colleague and I were walking back to our hotel, well, at that stage I hadn't given the boys a second thought since the day before. But there we saw them, bats and balls in hand, waiting outside the hotel, hoping. So I put my gear in my hotel room and went back out onto the street and started playing with them in the Maidan. Again, we played until sunset. Then I said, boys, thank you. Australia leaves tomorrow, so do I, but thank you so much for playing. I have a memory. When I went up to the 2nd floor in the hotel to my room, for some unknown reason, I was drawn to look down. And I saw those 6 boys. Now those boys had come to know me as Sir. They were very subservient, Sir or Sir, and they couldn't really get a handle on my name, James Knight. Instead, they called me Jamnat, Sir Jamnat Sir. I looked down and there they were. They were looking up. Then all of a sudden, Sir Jamnat Sir! Sir Jamnat Sir! Hello Sir! Sir Jamnat Sir! And that really tickled me. So I went back down and via the kitchen I bought 6 bottles of water to give to the boys, because water to them was like gold. Oh, thank you, sir. Very kind man, sir. Thank you, sir. Who wants to go for a run? I said. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We run with you, sir. Very fast man, sir. Yes, we run. So we went back to the Maidan and we ran through the darkness, shuffling our feet in the dust and just talking quietly and sometimes loudly about life in general, about school, about cricket, about India, about Australia, many things. Then all of a sudden one of them whispered to the others, whispered in Hindi. Psst, 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 psst. I couldn't understand them. And a moment or 2 later, gone. Through the darkness, I could only just hear their footsteps and a little bit of giggling. That upset me because I'd come to know them, or we'd developed a bit of a rapport, but they hadn't even said goodbye. But I continued running for a while, and after another 5 or so minutes, all of a sudden I heard, through the darkness on the dust, Sir, sir, stop sir, Sir Jamnat sir, stop sir. The boys had returned. They stopped right in front of me, and the oldest boy, Krishna, who would have been about 11, 12 years of age, reached into his pocket and pulled out a block of chocolate. In Australian value, probably no more than 15, 20 cents worth. What those boys had done is they'd gone down to a local street vendor, bought that chocolate with all the money they had, and Krishna held it. Then he said, Sir, thank you, sir. This is for you. Sir, thank you for playing. I can't accept that, Krishna. Thank you. You boys share it among yourselves. Thank you, but no. Please, sir. So we made a deal that would sit down in a circle, in the dust, in the darkness, in the middle of this tremendous Maidan and share the chocolate. It was a simple moment, to me, a most powerful moment. To this day, I wish I'd kept the chocolate wrapper.